It's another beautiful day in the Allegheny. Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, playing host to 3 weeks of World Team Tennis from the historic Greenbrier Resort. It's day 4 of action from center court at Creekside, and glad to have you with us on ESPN Plus to kick off a full day of coverage. First out of the gate, the 0-2 Orange County Breakers take on the 2020 expansion team, the Chicago Smash, who are 1-1. Hi, everybody. I'm Nick Gismondi. Glad to have you with us today. Well, obviously, on day 4, things continuing to change a little bit, and the Orange County Breakers needing that importantly because, well, they started 0-2. So they've made some additions to the roster since they've been a little short-staffed. Austin Krejcik comes in, a versatile and well-liked doubles specialist, and Gabby Dabrowski, a 2-time Grand Slam champion from Canada. These are 2 players who are not going to be on the roster yet. Obviously, safety protocols in place. We will keep you abreast as to when they are a part of the team, but they are here in West Virginia and ready to go. As we said, it is a full day of coverage. Let's take a look at what we have for you schedule-wise today. As you can see, a full day of coverage beginning right now with Orange County taking on Chicago, and we'll take you all the way through the evening matches tonight. Make sure you stay with us on our various networks, and you get a look at the standings. So still a couple of undefeated teams in the mix. Obviously, Orange County still looking for their first win, and the Chicago Smash, one of the new expansion teams to make it 9, putting us in a good spot as they start off 1-1 with a stacked roster. All right, well, let's get you up to the 2 gentlemen who are calling this one today. They are socially distanced and ready for action. Jeff Chisever and Nico Pereira, who beat me very badly in golf the other day as well.
Nice job, Gizmo. All set here for day 4 up in the booth. I'm Jeff Chisever, along my partner and former ATP Tour veteran, Nico Pereira. And Nico, the OC Breakers winless in their first 2 tries. It does not get any easier today, taking on a loaded roster in the Chicago Smash.
I love the Chicago team, and starting with the leadership of Bethany Mattek-Sands, they have a women's team that is tough to beat in terms of Sloane Stevens and Jeannie Bouchard to complement that. And if you go to the men, Nakashima has been fantastic. Rajiv Ram can do it in doubles as well as singles, and they have the secret weapon in Evan King. But to top it all off is Kamau Murray. He's a great captain. I'm a big fan of Kamau and his tactics and how he goes about his business. And we saw it yesterday when he gave a pep talk and his team rallied right behind him. They couldn't win, but they're 1-1 as a debut team. So I'm really up on this Chicago team.
Yeah, super pumped for this one. It is a gorgeous day here Wednesday at the Greenbrier. This is the first of 3 matches, and we are going to kick it off with men's doubles. It's going to be Stevie Johnson and Luke Bambridge for Orange County, taking on Nakashima and Rom for Chicago. It's the Breakers and the Smash right after this.
Yeah, well, I figured World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car insurance? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings app and use promo code WTT to play free for thousands of dollars in prizes this season.
So fortunate to be here at the beautiful Greenbrier Resort. So much greener, 11,000 plus acres. And here we are on the court. It's the Breakers and the Smash. We told you earlier, the Breakers are looking for their first win of the year, but we're only in day 4, so no need to worry. Let's take a look at the Wilson lineups here. We're gonna start with men's doubles, and we are gonna finish with women's doubles. Nico, when you look at this, what do you make of the order? Is there anything you are highly anticipating here?
Well, Chicago is playing as a home club, and they're opening up really strong with Ram and Nakashima. They go up against experienced players in Johnson and Bambridge, but I can see it. My question is the women's singles. They're in the 4th spot. Jen Brady has been playing well. Sloane Stevens, not so much. I'm looking for Sloane to step it up and become that force that the team needs her to be. Matek Sands, as we know, is the emotional leader of this team, and let's see what she can do.
Yeah, they certainly need her. Here's a look at the format and rules. Much different than your typical tennis. Equal gender participation. It's not about how many sets you win, and we play 5 of them. It's about how many games you win. Sudden death points all around. Mid-set substitutions allowed. Gotta love it, Nico.
Oh, definitely. The no-ad scoring, brings that element, especially when it comes to the 4-3 situations and, of course, the tiebreakers, the 9-point tiebreakers that at 4-all, whoever wins that point takes it home. The substitutions, we have not seen many. I think we're going to see more as the event evolves. And I love the continuous play and the different lineups that the captains can put out there.
Yeah, World Team Tennis, and there's a look at Rick Leach, OC Breakers head coach. That guy knows a little bit about doubles, and they're starting with men's doubles. But like you said, World Team Tennis, you can get these matches in about 2.5 hours, and you get to watch 5 different sets of tennis. If you watch Novak and Nadal play 5 sets, that could be 5-6 hours.
And it's just fantastic the way, the equality that you have the woman contribute the same as the man, and you see them blossoming as players, and it's just fantastic. And talking about the captains, Kamamura as well, what a quiet leader. He's out there, all the players respect him and listen to him. When he's talking, the room goes silent, and I'm a big fan of this guy, as I said before.
They are 1-1, and she has her, he has Sloane Stevens on his squad, so that's some great chemistry right there on their squad.
See Kamau working really close with Ginny Bouchard as well all of this week. And they have a substitute in Haley Baptiste, a young 18-year-old up-and-coming star. Also works with him.
You told me earlier you've already had a chance to see the Smash play 3 times as we get our first look at Nakashima serving. And what is not to like about this guy? So smooth.
Nakashima was the MVP in their win over Vegas, 24-18, the opening day for the event and for them. This is a new team. Nakashima at 18 years of age. He's a all right, here we go. First game, and we're already going at it. Gotta love it. Talking about Nakashima as we take a look at this point again. He's way off the court here. Bambridge with the volley to Ram. You don't mess with Rajiv Ram at the net. This guy has hands of silk. Look at that. Effortless.
36-year-old American. He is a calm customer out there on the doubles court. Just, you can see, just so smart, right? Put it up for the backhand overhead. You know they're not going to get much on that. And then the sweet inside-out volley to finish it.
finishing my thought on Nakashima, they beat Vegas. He was the MVP, came back yesterday, lost to Tennis Sangren in the opening men's singles, 5-4 in that tiebreaker, but he's playing really well. He only lost 3 points on those 4 games of serve that he won yesterday against Sangren.
Rom puts it away, and they are on the board. Taking a look at that. You know he's never back on his heels.
He doesn't jump that much. He's not always on movement as other great doubles players, but his hands are so good that he can reach out, and if he puts his racket on it, you know he's going to produce. And Rajiv had a run in singles a couple of years ago. He was already 32, 33, and he got a wildcard into Newport, won the tournament. And he said, that gave me life to play a couple of years in the single main draws. And here we go. We have 22 career titles, 20 of them in doubles. Rio Olympics mixed doubles silver medalist with Venus Williams, who's also here with us at WPT. Venus will be playing tonight.
Yeah, that'll be her first. She's been on the bench so far for her squad. That's the Castles, but she will be on the court playing tonight. Really looking forward to that. Stevie Johnson serving here for the Breakers.
Stevie's another one of those guys that I've been following through the years, starting at USC with that fantastic collegiate career. He's just a great human being, and through his start in the ATP Tour, his personal struggles when his father and coach passed. I mean, what a sweetheart of a person, and he's trying to make it back to where he belongs, in the top 50, having runs into second weeks of the slams, working really hard. Little long.
So they hold, knotted up at 1-all.
Captain Ricky Leach really pumped for the new arrivals on his team, waiting for the negative results on those tests. Of course, a formality. I was talking to Austin Krajicek. He's been in Florida training. And Gabriela Dabrowski, the Canadian. Talk about some reinforcements. We see the Orange County Breakers team profile.
Yeah, Stevie, a part of that 2017 championship season, just 2 years ago.
Those images of Stevie playing in his home court are priceless. Really enjoying it out there. They're really, with a rough start, 0-2 for the Breakers. Puts him in a must-win position early.
Yeah, each team plays 14 regular season matches. The top 4 make the playoffs. There are 9 teams in the league. They're 0-2. We said it before, no time to panic, but you always want to just scratch on the standings. That'd feel nice for them here today. First match of 3 we got scheduled here, Creekside at the stadium. So they're 0-2. Being told that 8 wins, that would be an 8-6 record. That was good enough to make the playoffs. So if the Breakers were to lose here today, they would have to go 8-3 to reach that mark, winning 8 of their last 11. Love this Rom serve. Reminds me a little Pete Sampras in a way.
Yes. So does Nakashima. A little more diluted. Ram, since he played in the Sampras years, you can really see the influence. But Nakashima also lowers that racket when he starts the service swing, really loads up on the legs, like the great Pistol Pete used to do to me. The greatest serve ever. at least from what I could put my eyeballs on.
I don't think a lot of people would disagree with that.
Yeah, you're not talking only about the first serve, Pete, second serve. Look at that. The racket lags back and then comes forward with big acceleration and control because he has such a great hand. He can switch it up just at the last moment. It's tough to read.
Good disguise on the toss, repeatable motion.
And to me, the key is the shoulder turn is just fantastic. They give their back to the court. Check it out in this next serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first deciding point. Where this point.
So we didn't have to wait long for a deciding point.
That's clutch right there, and they need that. They need to jump on the smash early, up a quick break. We talked about the smash. We said there are 9 teams in the league. They are an expansion team, first year here. Take a look.
Yeah, Kamau is really pumped about this team. He, of course, with the roots in Chicago and coaching Sloane Stevens to the 2017 U.S. Open Championships, and worked with Ginny Bouchard during her Wimbledon campaign in 2014. But he's really set on his academy, not only in sports, but scholastically. The name, it's called XS. Check out Kamau Murray Chicago Tennis. You can check it out. It's just a great labor. Labor of love. First saw the piece a couple of years ago, Billie Jean King going through the construction of the site. It's completely finished, and he's very happy of how it's turned out and what they can give to the community, and it's going to be his life's work, he says. There he is. How about a hat come out? Would help. Stevie Johnson, and you know he's been stalwart on this Breakers team through the years, and you can just see the intensity every point. He's totally invested in everything he does.
That's right, Stevie Johnson here, joined by his coach, Mark Lucero, who we are joined by in the booth every day. Right now, of course, he is in the stadium checking out Stevie play. We saw Stevie go 3-0 in the Atlanta team event just a couple weeks ago. You felt like the momentum was rolling, but now he dropped his first 2 singles matches here, 0-2. See if he can get a win here later today, where he will take on Nakashima in the next set.
Had a chance to hit some tennis balls with Mark the other day, and he was the baby on the court. Leif Shiras representing the elder statesman, and the 3 of us hitting some on the indoor courts. We had a good time. Mark being only 40, you know, he outlasted us.
Wait, you guys played for 20 minutes, I heard?
Played, yeah, around. Not if you put that they just say if you put that machine that counts your steps,
yeah,
it wouldn't gone past double digits.
So you wouldn't be the chosen foods mover of the match, are you telling me?
I don't think so. Limited limping. Bambridge looking to go up 3-1 now. Good return by Rajiv Ram.
Second deciding point coming up, and after the great return from Rom, looks like he's going to take it again. No surprises there.
Well, he's the proven champion. As we see, look, Bambridge's card here, 25. I thought he was older than that, 6'3". Second season here at World Team Tennis.
Double special. We'll see him also in mixed doubles later. At least that's what he's slotted to do as of now. Can always change that up.
easy for Bambridge. Up high on the forehand volley. His natural shot was at cross court.
And that is just what the doctor ordered. OC Breakers up a quick break, 3-1. We'll be right back.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Oh, we love our new home. Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved.
These shrubs aren't board approved. You need to break down your cardboard.
Thank you.
Violation. Violation.
I see you've met Cynthia.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
And does help us save a bunch of money.
2 inches over regulation.
Thanks, Cynthia.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Welcome back. And due to the coronavirus, putting on live sports must be done with extreme caution these days. Here's a look at some of the league's protocols. Everyone tested before flying here, upon arrival, and also more testing to come in a few days. Number of fans limited to 20% capacity. Temperature checks taken before entering the facility. It certainly takes a team effort to do this the right way. So the Breakers, up a quick break. They certainly needed that. Nakashima to serve, and it's our first look at his serve. Like you said, you thought it was a little similar to Rahm's motion. Good shoulder turn.
You can see the residues of the Pete Sampras serve. Get a slow shot of it. After this point, it would be great. See how the racket stays back. Rams stays back a little longer. Yeah, Stevie Johnson leaving it up there at the net. He does everything right. And if I'm Nakashima, I'm taking some advice from Rahm this week. You know, you look at him serve, see how he mixes it up. Make time useful. Nakashima this week here with Dusan Vemic, ex-player in his own right. He used to be in Novak Djokovic's corner for 4 years or so. Very capable doubles player himself. Nice guy, Dusan. Still in very good shape. You could call upon him if you need.
And when you look at Nakashima, just 18 years old, but it's so impressive how strong he already looks in the legs. Consistent approach to every shot. Stays nice and low, and you could just see the strength on the lower half of his body.
You can tell he's investing in his future, hiring Pat Cash and Dusan Vemic to work with. Oh yeah, Stevie. Again, anticipating Nakashima. Let's take a look at Nakashima's motion. And look at the racket. Stays down and then one smooth movement forward with the wrist snap up top. Still needs a bit more power, but it's going to come for the 18-year-old. World of promise.
Another serve into the Stevie backhand. Primarily goes with the slice and singles, but when it comes to the return, he's using two hands more than not.
There you see Nakashima beating Query the first day. Stevens beat 5-1. But Stevens yesterday going down 5-0 to Danielle Collins. Let's see how she rebounds today. She'll be playing in the fourth set against Jen Brady.
That ever so important fourth set where the momentum really seems to turn one way or the other as they get into that last set. Every game counts. Try to get a look at Sloan right there under all the umbrellas. It's a hot one here today.
And it is only 25 past 11 in the morning. Imagine where it'll be at 2 o'clock. These guys have just been here practicing very hard. It's not your usual World Team Tennis season. And as the regular professional tennis circuits gets ready to relaunch, these guys are ready to pounce. You see them working with their coaches and are really going at it. So I think the level of tennis is just going to benefit from that during this whole event.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see. We got about 50 players or so here playing World Team Tennis. It'll be excited to follow them, how they do in Cincinnati, warm up to the Open, and see if getting these competitive juices going here can propel them to a good start to the restart.
Oh, look where Stevie was to hit a forehand. Hope he's okay. He's fine. That's good to hear.
Yeah, he was in the bench.
He was all the way in the first row to hit a forehand. That's unbelievable. Look, he hits a backhand, stays there. That was an awesome return by Ram, by the way. But look where Rajiv hits the next ball, and Stevie wanted to hit a forehand there. He was going to have to go through the umbrellas to make that ball. I'm telling you, man, these guys are so quick and they're so ready. They need to make the courts a bit wider nowadays. They go places we've never been before as tennis players.
Clutch ace there. 2 game points to go up 4-2, 116 on the Raider. It is nice and warm. Expect to see some serves up in the 120s. In fact, we saw Taylor Fritz hit 141 2 times last night. And that was under the lights.
That man is going to win some tennis matches when this resumes. He's solid and oozing with confidence and very fit and hungry to win.
Yeah, Taylor Fritz playing men's singles for the Philadelphia Freedoms. He is the highest ranked male here in the league. They are 2-0, the only winless team with 2 wins. As Rahm here will serve to force the breakers to serve it out. Every game counts. Only undefeated team with 2 wins, I should say. If I could be any more confusing.
Problem there for Nakashima. Such a breeze when your partner serves up a storm. You have a picnic there at the net.
Great return of the feet. Forces that first volley to get up in the air. And then an easy put away for Stevie. One of the bigger forehands here on the court. Well, right now it's definitely the biggest forehand on the court, that's for sure. Men's singles is next. So that means Stevie and Nakashima will stay on the court. Face off against each other.
see the solid play by Ram. He didn't try to overdo himself. He just went solid down the middle. He knows his angles.
Yeah, he's a throwback player, a lot of feel,
Yes.
even on that grip, right? You see a lot of Western, semi-Western. He's a little more towards that Eastern grip. Cool to see.
Bambridge now trying to serve it out.
It's a big game for the Breakers. Get out in front.
It's so interesting to see how the captains do their lineups. And yesterday Chicago was home team as well, and they started with the men's singles. Today they start with the men's doubles, and look who they're closing with, the women's doubles. Yesterday Bouchard and Matic Sands played an incredible doubles against Jurak and Pagula, winning 5-1. Pagula played very well in the mixed. She was the player of the court, but then when it came to the doubles, Bethany Matic Sands is just such a spark spot. You know, she took her team to a different level. Still, they were unable to come back.
Yeah, she was a late add to the squad, and what a great addition she is. If you can get that player to hold down the mixed and the doubles and win the majority of your games.
And she keeps the team spirit up. Which in this format, you know, if you lose a match or two and you keep your teammates in good spirits, you can always come back and, you know, in the locker room, off the court, in the practice. It's always good. You know, it's almost, I would say it's key to have that 1-2 players that do that on a world team tennis team. Oh, he wanted to let it go. The racket didn't listen to him. I think it was going in anyways. Let's check it out. He's ready. Ready again. Oh.
I think it was going in. I think you're right.
Yeah, you hate when that happens, but that ball was too low. I think it was going to land before the baseline. Bethany having a good laugh at Stevie's expense. There it is. Two set points, excuse me.
Yeah, the I formation port really paid off there. Nakashima does not miss many backhand returns. And they're it's one of the bright spots for the Breakers this season so far. In their 2 losses, they've won 9 of the 17 games they've played. Won their set against the Aviators.
Rajiv Ram putting some pressure on Bambridge that still has 1 set point, but now it's break point as well. We love it. This is a 3rd deciding point in this first set.
Even the forehand looks a little like Sampras because of the open grip. Yeah,
but totally on the backhand.
Oh, yeah, he's like
his whole game is based on the great Pete Sampras.
And the let cord pays off for the Breakers, and we said it, they need it. They've been playing from behind so far in their 2 losses. This time they get out in front 5-3. Well job from Bambridge and Stevie. Another look here. easy put away for Stevie. We're going to men's singles next. Johnson and Nakashima.
You'll see the players take the work momentarily to warm up for set number 2. That will be men's singles featuring 2 players you just saw in men's doubles. Johnson against Nakashima. Coming up. Two minutes.
Start.
And playing in men's singles now at the left of the chair. Won titles in Newport, Houston twice, and Nottingham from Orange, California, Stevie Johnson.
All right, welcome back. The 0-2 Breakers needed a fast start. They got it in men's doubles. Take a look at this breakdown, Nico.
Just a really solid doubles teams right here. Bambridge with his specialty, but Stevie Johnson, what a way to go with his partner at all times. Look at this return. Nakashima goes and covers the line. There is a bit of an opening cross-court. Great return by Johnson, and here straight at Nakashima. They were just too close, almost tags him. But really solid performance to start it off for the Breakers. They really needed it, like you were mentioning it. And let's see if they can keep riding Stevie Johnson now on in singles against Brandon Nakashima. They probably will not need to warm up, as it is nice and toasty out there. And let's see what the youngster can do, if he can help his team rebound, or if he'll be the veteran making that lead a little larger.
Yeah, I'm getting good vibes from Stevie right now. Really took the leadership role in doubles. And now he's got a chance in singles. And there are 12 years apart in age, these two. Nakashima, strangely, already looks like a veteran. He will not give you anything emotionally in between points. Maybe something fans might not like, but a coach sure loves to see that. He is locked in.
That's just great movement by both guys, and you were, referencing the fans, and I think the fans grow with the game, and the players are more and more like that nowadays. As we take a look at the replay, good get there by Johnson. Nakashima keeping it down low, very difficult to volley when it's down there. You gotta get your knees bent. Going back to the fans, yes, we love the Kyrgios and the Fogninis. Sometimes not so much when the antics, are not a good examples, but you always need that flair. But the majority of the players nowadays are very stoic, very composed, business-like mindset when they're on the court, and the crowd enjoys that.
Nakashima only 18 years old, but that backhand could already be considered world-class in a way. Rock solid. Not about a forehand right there. And in the first game, Nakashima is already going to get a look at 3 break points. Look at this, takes it nice and early, redirects it up the line. Fights off one. Wearing all black in this heat. Don't know if I would go with that. Don't know how many choices they have, though.
People in the desert say that black just fends off the sun.
Is that right?
That's what I hear from the people that know.
Maybe got away with that one right there. You thought he was going to get a chance to hit an aggressive forehand. Has to go with the slice, but either way gets the point, and we have a deciding point.
This is getting to be the norm between these two early on.
4th deciding point. Ninth game, 4th deciding point.
It will now be deciding point receiver's choice.
I don't know what they're trying to discuss here. The scoreboard is not updated, but I don't think that would be an issue. Okay. Everything has... Oh, they're going to watch a replay, but it was well wide. That's why the scoreboard was not updated, but everything has been so synchronized. Everything's working to a T so far these first 3 days. I am told by the great Rich Rubinstein that if the umpire doesn't put it in his tablet, it doesn't go into the scoreboard. So there you have it.
Stevie Johnson does a great job of keeping the momentum rolling for the Breakers. Fights off 3 break points, gets the deciding point. 6-3 Breakers.
And if you look at Kamau Murray's line card here, he clearly started with the man, the doubles and now the singles, and plans to close with his woman that are very strong. I would go as far as saying it's the strongest women's team out there, with Sloane, Jeannie, and Bethany. Really solid.
And interested to see where Jeannie fits into this, because Sloane, obviously the better player on paper singles-wise, but she dropped 5-0 last time, and Jeannie's looking really good in the doubles. So interested to see if she gets in and plays some singles sets down the line. Substitution is always in play for that.
I was questioning that yesterday, but remember Sloan won 5-1 her first match. And yesterday, Danielle Collins, to be fair, played unbelievable. There you have Ginny under the umbrella, keeping cool or as cool as possible. She's ready to go. Sunscreen on. And there you have the roster. Alphabetical order. Capping it up with Kamamuri. El Capitan.
His serve is on fire today. Hawkeye Live makes all the calls, same technology that we use in the challenges. Instead of using umpires, we go straight to that final answer.
So
Hawkeye.
Did you talk to the people in Hawkeye about your suggestions or no?
Sounds like you might be a little on board as we take a look. That is inside the corner.
Yeah. Talk about a well-placed serve right there.
That's so heavy. That is so heavy.
Next thing, you'll be suggesting other more radical things out of Hawkeye as we see how it works. No line judges, all on court calls, and it determines where the shot is in or out. You cannot challenge it.
Always to speed up the match.
Wonder if when you hit an ace right in the corner, the Hawkeye would go, ouch. Or bomb.
That's what I'm saying, right? We got to get a soundboard. We got to get our boy Dave Leno, who's the PA announcer, get him a little soundboard, get 10 different noises.
That is the hardest working man in show business, Jay. He's here for all matches all day.
Back to the Hawkeye, it makes me wonder, you're a baseball guy, will they go to the electronic system for the strike zone? You know, it's kind of a similar idea.
You're asking the wrong person, man. I'm old school. I like that element of, you know, the human mistake. Although it has hurt me in the past. It has broken my heart.
But you're going to ride or die with the subjective calls with the line judges.
Especially
and
in
umpire.
baseball, there's, you know, the trajectory of the pitches and the position of the batter, and you know, there's umpires that favor high, low, in, out. Just love that. We have to use the machines, not let them use us, man.
Sounds like a slogan for a sci-fi movie or something. There's a good look at our low angle right there. A little more intimate feeling down here on the court. This stadium is perfect for World Team Tennis.
Solid backhand volley by Nakashima. I love his form.
All right, 4 games in, men's singles, and 4 holds, 2 games apiece, but the breakers are up 2. Take another look at that Nakashima backhand. Stick it. Be back with the second half of men's singles after this.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
As an athlete and professional tennis player, I hope to inspire others to get out, be active, and stay healthy.
Welcome back here at the Greenbrier Resort, and take a look at this. That is Austin Krajicek joining his new teammates for the Breakers. One of two new additions for the squad, Austin Krajicek and Gabby Dabrowski. As we know, the Breakers, originally Milos Raonic slated to play for them, even Grigor Dimitrov at one point, but they came in last minute with just 4 players, so nice to see them get some reinforcements.
Captain Rick Leach was so pumped about these new arrivals, and you could just hear him talking about the plans and how he was going to move his chess pieces. It's good to see Rick like that. I don't think Stevie and Luke have lost a set in the doubles. And then in comes Austin Krajicek. I mean, come on.
Yeah, how is he going to get in there? Another look at this forehand volley.
It's good acceleration, good movement forward, and exquisite touch. I'd just love to see Stevie Johnson kill it from the start. You know, get some good results, get to the second week of the Open if it happens, and just tear it all up. This guy, healthy and with confidence, has all the tools. Mark Lucero has been talking about him and has been saying what they've been working on and how strong Stevie is physically and mentally, and says they're ready for a takeoff, for a couple of good results to get the confidence up there. And you can see it in his walk. He's just, nothing phases him, and he's ready for whatever comes his way. That's great to see. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He's fantastic.
Yeah, Stevie just 30 years old, career high of 21. That was back in 2016, not long ago. Dropped a little, he's now at 63. Right there in striking distance to get back there, maybe get seated in a slam in a couple years. And Kamal Murray sets the lineup, right? And he might be regretting it, seeing how well Stevie has come out, leading their doubles charge, and now looking good in the singles here against Nakashima. We know a lot of players want to go into the Stevie backhand. It's primarily he goes under it with the slice, but sometimes to get it to the backhand, you got to go out to the forehand corner first, which is what Nakashima did right there. Another interesting thing you talk about, Mark Lucero, he was crunching the numbers and he was telling us he wants to see Stevie hit the two-hander more, and he was showing that not only does Stevie break more when he goes with the two-hander, but he finds himself running more and expending more energy when he hits the slice more. So 2 reasons why he wants to see him go over it more with 2, and I think we've seen that a lot lately. I know I saw in Atlanta when he went 3-0, and especially on the return, he's cracking a few. It's good to see.
It's just very tough to break those habits, but Mark is right on point in the fact that he has to be more aggressive, especially off the return, because the slice nowadays, yes, it's good to switch it up against some players, but the game is so fast right now that you're going to be spent after a set and a half if you're playing mainly on slice backhands. If the wins start coming, that's what I was talking about, the confidence in that new form of playing, he'll be more willing to go with it. Stevie's forehand sometimes, when he's not confident, he doesn't do enough damage with it, and I see that he is right now. He's willing to let it go, to take the risk. He's hitting it solid. Sometimes it could fly on him, but if he's well behind the ball and well planted and strong with the legs, it is a weapon. And there you see, Nakashima had to play the let.
Yeah, that was one of those, you get the fluky bounce. Sometimes it helps the returner, sometimes it helps the server. That time, indeed, it helped the server.
You know, the part is that you don't practice that. When you're in the off season and when you're playing the regular tour, it doesn't happen. So the guy is subconscious, still wired to not play it. Maybe you'll see him a little bit more alert in the second week.
Oh, wow. Like a half volley dropper right there. Really showing off the feel so far, Stevie. And if you get a double bounce on Nakashima, you know that's smooth. Check it out.
There is that slice, got punished by Nakashima, but I love to see the way Stevie Johnson uses the whole court with those drop shots coming in. One of those guys that plays the whole court, and that's very interesting. He plays all the spins. You saw there the slice, but Nakashima was just there waiting for him, and that reminded me of Kei Nishikori. Look at the way to stay down, short follow through. Hit the ball square in the middle.
All right, so Stevie Johnson ensures that they are at least going to go to a tiebreaker, and he has got 4 games. Remember, they won the first set 5-3, so they are 3 games ahead in the total column. That is what we care about here at World Team Tennis. Rick Leach sharing a few final thoughts before Nakashima tries to knot this up at 4 and take it to a 9-point tiebreaker. Yeah, this would be a big confidence booster, not only for the breakers, but for Stevie. You just saw in that graphic, lost his first 2 matches, first one to Ryan Harrison.
Stevie playing the first 2 matches. We will not see him again today.
Unless we get a substitution.
Most likely. And looking to give his team 10 points. To start off, setting himself up as a candidate for an MVP nomination. Again, Stevie taking that forehand inside the court. Great acceleration to bring it down with the spin. Threatening to put Nakashima away without said tiebreak. Love that forehand. He's just so loose when he's confident. That ball just goes. Wow, not so fast as the youngster. On the run with the forehand, and now has a set point. He's going to take it on the deuce side, and Ricky Leach is taking a timeout. Ricky the cooler.
So we've seen Stevie do a nice job with the 2-handed return on the ad side. Plays the deuce side in doubles. curious which way he's going to go on this one. Another look at this. Going to his right, goes back behind Nakashima. We talked about the Pete Sampras. He doesn't have the grip of Pete, but that's a nice running forehand just like him,
Well,
huh?
Pete liked to go cross-court with that one. And no, we were wrong. He's taking the ad side after thinking about it. Look at Stevie.
All right, Nico, let's see how heady of a player Nakashima is here, understanding the court positioning of Stevie and where he likes to be.
Yeah, check it out. Stevie always going to favor the forehand, so he's going to be moving always to his left side, leaving the opening to the other side. And Nakashima just taking it off the line, does it right, and he's been studying. They thought about it. No, let's take the do side. No, let's take the ad side. Nakashima. Oh, either way, I'll ace you.
So this is a 9-point tiebreaker. First to 5 win by 1. Different than your typical tiebreaker to 7. They serve 2-2-2, and then the last person will serve the last 3 points.
Ooh, you do not want that. What a beauty. Johnson with the slice backhands, punishing the forehand. Nakashima holding tight. The youngster goes over the head of the veteran.
That was such a Stevie point, playing a little rope-a-dope with the slice. He gets his short forehand, and then he had that short backhand. I feel like he let Nakashima a little bit off the hook with the slice. 40 seconds in that rally, Nico, and they are feeling it.
And that's where Mark is talking, that when he has that short backhand, he has to hit over it and put the point away.
Gives up the mini break, gets it right back with a huge inside-out forehand. They will switch sides at 2 points apiece, and then they will play the remainder of the tiebreaker on this side because, of course, 9 points is the maximum we can play here in this 9-point tiebreaker here for World Team Tennis.
We'll take the tiebreaker by virtue set number 2.
And this is big. It's either going to be 10-7, 9-8.
Here's Genie doing the umbrella duties, and Nakashima trying to get some shade and hopefully the win for his team. Mixed doubles coming up. Klepac and Bambridge against Ram and Matek Sands, who's been stretching and getting ready. We're off to a good start between the breakers and the smash here today. And that's what I meant about using the whole court. Magic from Johnson. Inside out forehand dropper.
Like butter.
Great return by Nakashima right on the baseline, but look at Stevie. You want to play from the back? I'll give you some blue. Another just beautiful return. He doesn't overdo it. Goes down the middle, but he goes deep and he goes solid. Look where he was. He was 4 feet inside that baseline when he finished that shot. That's the way to go. This kid, I'm telling you.
Impeccable timing. So 3 points remaining. Nakashima will serve all 3. That's if we need 3.
Johnson setting it up with a beautiful down the line for him. Again, it's been working wonders for him. And I mean, just he's floating on that court. Check it out. Oh, nice and easy, very smooth. He can accelerate very well, and here it is. That's the ones. You see that finishing there with a pop. Easy put away. 2 set points for Johnson. Okay, decisions. Rick Leach going to his player, bringing the towel. Stevie choosing the outside again, and this is set point for both guys. This is what it's all about. Enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen.
Huge advantage of serving last. Obviously, you get those last 3 points.
Nakashima, solid performance. Stevie Johnson is going to feel a little bit down. He had a chance to win. He did what he had to do. It has to be frustrating for Stevie in a well-played set.
Yeah, you feel like he might have let that one go, but either way, great showing from Stevie. Here's another look at that point, and he got a look at the forehand of the Nakashima backhand, just a little too good. Breakers still up 9-8. We got mixed doubles when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 sets through at a 9-8 match, our third set will be mixed doubles. Coming up in a matter of moments. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2020 World Team Tennis season here at the Greenbrier, America's Resort. Any questions, anything you need, just see our ushers and our staff. We're happy to help and to point you in the right direction. Thanks so much for your cooperation, staying socially distant. We kindly ask that if you're walking around the venue to wear your mask. They are optional once you're seated and socially distant from others. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting ready for set number 3, let's meet the participants in mixed doubles. The black uniform looking up to the chair's right for Orange County. He turned pro in 2012. He won an NCAA doubles title with Texas A&M. He's hoisted 3 doubles titles on the ATP Tour in Atlanta and the Netherlands with Dominic Inglav, and also Moscow with Rajiv Ram. Say hello to Austin Krajicek. His teammate working up to the left of the chair, who we just introduced, currently 7th in doubles on the WTA Tour. She's a winner in totality of 9 doubles crowns, a Canadian Olympian, and also a Fed Cup team member of Team Canada. Also won Grand Slam titles, the French Open and Australian Open in mixed doubles, and made it to the Wimbledon.
All right, back here at the beautiful Greenbrier Resort, and we got mixed doubles coming up. 2 sets down, 3 to go, and the breakers have the slight edge, 9-8. Take a look right here. It's going to be Luke Bambridge and Andrea Klepacz taking on Pete Sampras 2.0, Rajiv Ram, and BMS Bethany Mattek-Sands.
I love this mixed doubles team for Chicago. They did lose yesterday to Pegula and Sandgren, but Pegula just took over the match in a fantastic way. What a performance by Jess. Let's see what they bring on today as they play the middle match here. And the match couldn't be closer. 1 game difference. And you see Stevie Johnson moving up a little less than 100 feet, less than Nakashima, who had to do a lot of defending. I feel Stevie played the right way, but we go back to that two-handed backhand that Mark Lucero and him have been working on, and I think that was the difference. Nakashima was just a lot more solid when he had to defend off the backhand win, and that passing shot that he hit near the end there is just fantastic. Great returning as well, as you see Dusan Vemic right behind him there. Talking to Brandon, Vemic is a very experienced ex-player and coach.
And wouldn't you know it, Gabby Dabrowski joins the team today, and she is about to step on the court. Not a bad sub to have. It's a former Grand Slam champ right here. 2-time mixed doubles champ. And she just got on the court, got what, a 3-minute warm-up in? That's what we love about World Team Tennis. So fast, not that much time. Let's see how these two adjust. Wow, this is pretty exciting right here.
I love it.
Austin Krajicek, former college tennis player in College Station at Texas A&M. Top 50 player.
Yeah, he's 30 years of age, 6'1", A&M alum.
Lefty.
Ranked number 47 in the world at this time. And the 2 newest members of the Breakers off and running.
So Dabrowski gets the shank return, perfect lob.
That's a good sign. When that happened to me, I knew I was in for a good day. Let's see how it ends up.
Kind of a bold move too, because we saw Bambridge play really well and get the win in men's doubles. Surprised they didn't stick with him. But hey, that's why I'm not coaching. As the return sails long for Krajicek. We talk a lot about trying to get the forehands in the middle for a doubles team. In this case with Krajicek and Dabrowski, the backhands are in the middle. Something to keep an eye on.
Austin won the NCAA doubles title from Texas A&M with Jeff D'Adamo. Loves his golf. Says he would do that if he was not a tennis player. Very... There it is, smart from Krajicek, going down low on Mattek-Sands, and a good cross by his partner. I was talking about Krajicek. He's a very diligent worker, very professional, methodical about his ways. That was wide. He did a lot of work. I'm talking about Krajicek with our good friend John Farrington from the Bahamas. been traveling with him the last few years. They stopped working last year at the French Open. Farrington, very knowledgeable friend, man of the world of tennis, a lifer, as we call them.
All right, so our first deciding point in mixed, obviously, because it's the first game, gender to gender. Rahm will go back to Austin Krajicek. Went to the backhand on that one.
He has to go tee on this serve. Let's see. Ooh, not by much. But the miss. And Rajiv Ram dodges a bullet here.
Yeah, that's tough. You got 2 break points. They let them go. Another look here. They got the fortunate bounce on the let here. But Rahm does a nice job of staying focused and just put out another question there and make them come up with something. Dabrowski goes for kind of the semi-floating lob up the middle. Just sails long. It's a good spot to put it in, though. Rahm would have to hit a high backhand volley. So they let 2 break points go, but I like the energy early on. They're looking good as far as making their WTT debut here on day 4. You can just tell the Canadian Dabrowski's got great instincts at the net, great athleticism. Handled that high volley with ease, turned it into an overhead, snaps the wrist. That's a spiker right there. Seeing Dabrowski out there right now makes you wonder the chances coming up for Klepoch, who's normally their doubles specialist. She was holding it down in women's doubles and mixed.
It's a good problem to have.
Good depth, yeah. We've seen a lot of lob returns so far. We saw 3 from Dabrowski in the first game. BMS putting a few up in this game.
Third day, and you already went with the initial smart man.
Yeah, right?
Solid serve there at 123. He needs to zero in on that rhythm off the serve. That's tough to do because he was uncertain. I was talking to him a little bit before 11, and he says, I'm ready, but it's tough to have to wait on the result of a test. You don't know what's going to happen. Mentally, you have to be there. It's just a big challenge, but it's part of playing the tour. You have to adjust, adapt, and Krajicek holds serve on his first try.
Yeah, I'm curious even how long they've gotten to hit on this court before that abbreviated 3-minute warm-up.
He came in yesterday with a clean test from Florida and then did the test as he arrived. They got the result today. Out he goes. Oh, Rajiv Ram doing the thing with the wand. I mean the racket. This guy, he has such a sweet gloves.
The wand. Leviosa volley.
Love the energy Matic Sands brings to the team, not only his partner on the court, but the whole bench. Job there by Ram, holding the fort. The error by Austin, and the hold by Bethany, up 2-1 now.
Yeah, that's usually the tougher of the serves to hold when the female is serving, but that one, call that a ho-hum hold at love. First look at the Canadian serve. Look out, Austin Krajicek. Bethany takes that forehand shoulder height, sends a message at the former Aggies way. Check this out, head hunting. Just a little sorry, and you move on. So the Smash have won 6 points in a row. And now you're thinking, if you're up 30-love, if you can just get one of the next 3 points, you will have yourself a break point. Good chance they will have a few of them. That's a clutch ace right there. Usually when you go to the I formation, you're kind of expecting the serve go up the tee. In that case, she's got the slider out wide, paints the line. Much needed, timely ace. Get it back to 15-30.
Unbelievable movement by both teams. It's just incredible. If we can clip that, please, production, because this is, you know, high-stakes doubles playing. Check it out. Look how they move in unison without seeing each other. They just close the angles, and Rajiv there sees an opening, and he uses that to put the point away. But that's just doubles 101 at its best.
That might be a little more complicated than 101. That's the wand right there. Moving both those players around like a yo-yo on a string.
Yeah, but it's simple, and it's just the principle of it. And they just do it at warp speed, but it is still the way you should do it at club level. You have to go with your opponent and try to keep that same distance between yourselves. Oh, that's big from Gabby, saving that break point. Still faces another one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now the deciding point.
Another deciding point here in the mixed. It'll be Dabrowski going to Bethany, and they are back in the eye. Keep in mind, last time she went out wide with the ace. Oh, you know she wants that one back, the swinging volley. So the Smash get the break, and just like that, they are on top 11-10. Take another look here. Krajicek doing a good job at net, but that backhand goes long. Second half of mixed doubles when we come back.
Is partner with World Team Tennis, then we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
At Chosen Foods, We are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
Welcome back, Creekside at America's Resort, the Greenbrier, where we are playing all 66 World Team Tennis matches right here. And it has been a blast. This is day 4, first match of the day. Third set of this match. We are in mixed doubles, and only one game separates these two teams, 11-10.
And I'm telling you, I was doing my homework before I came here and looking at last year's scores and different, lineups, and I'm surprised and gladly so to see how close all of these matches are. And we're not disappointed here starting the third day. They couldn't be closer. They couldn't be more competitive. It's just awesome. Oops, time warp. It's the 4th day.
They're all starting to mush together here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. I love it. And it's only going to get better.
Oh, that's a great feeling when you don't know what day it is. It's like we're on summer break. Borowski catching the frame on a few serves early on here, but that's no big surprise. She hasn't been on this court that much. Regardless of that, the energy is good. In hindsight, it's easy to maybe question the call to put them in, but a couple points go this way for them. They could be up a break, but here the smash star with 4 game points to go up 4-1. 4 straight points for the smash. They are in control, 4-1. The total score is 12-10. Like we say every time, every game counts. Even if you're down big, every hold goes a long way, and Krajicek will look to do just that. Narrow the gap back to 1 and get some rhythm, right? They're going to be here for many days, so they'll take any momentum they can get. That's a nice serve right there. It's underrated when a double serve goes deep in the box, right? It's hard to get that return down to the feet when the serve comes deep at you like that.
Especially if you have somebody at the net there that anything that comes close is going to be taken advantage of. That was a good second serve, and that's something I love and I enjoy looking at, how good the second serve is. Because if you miss your first serve and then your second serve goes down 20-30%, it's a huge advantage for your opponents, and the difference cannot be that big. And it's a case with Krajicek, and it's a case with Ram. As well as Bethany and Danielle and all the players that succeed in doubles.
So impressive to see Rom on that one-handed return. If you have a one-handed backhand, is it harder to get that backhand return inside out from the deuce or get it cross-court on the ad?
Huge serve. I think it depends on each player. But if you have good hands, I think it's easier to punt it inside out. Remember a guy by the name of Todd Woodbridge that only won 9 Wimbledon singles doubles titles?
One half of the Woodies.
6 with Mark Woodford and 3 with Jonas Bjorkman. And he used to have that inside out backhand to a tee. the art of the Todd Woodbridge return. It's just incredible. John McEnroe as well used to play the outside, and remember his bunting that backhand inside out.
He's
just
doing
sweet.
he just does a good impression up there.
It's just
actually.
sweet. I could watch that all day. If you put together a tape of John McEnroe's doubles returns, it's just a symphony.
I would agree with you. I have a two-handed backhand, but I would have thought a little easier to take it late. I asked the same question to Mark Lucero last night, and he thought the other way. Thinks it's easier to get it cross-court, but like you said, to each its own. Everyone feels the ball differently.
You asked about a one-hander.
No, right. And that was the same with Lucero. And he thought it's easier for the cross-court.
There by Austin Krajicek. Get back into this one. Low 30 situation here, trying to break back, even things out. Oh yes, well covered. Now we have 4 break points.
That was one where Krajicek gave it that little subtle fake. Kind of baits Bethany to go up the line. Nice stretch with the forehand volley. 4 break points to get back on serve.
They only need one. Awesome play as these two are gelling together for the breakers. And Ricky Leach knew what he was doing when he subbed them up. Look at Ram serving here, and look at the distance between Gabriela and Austin. Look how much court they're covering and how they complement each other. And that was that point we were talking about. And Gabriela just taking that high forehand volley down the middle for the point, and now she'll have a chance to serve and get these to a decision by tiebreaker. 3-4. 12 all. The general score. I love this.
5 straight points for the breakers. Very up and down match. They've seemed to seize back the momentum. Breakers up early. They give up the lead. Back to 12 all, and they are serving. Feeling good.
That was a 64-mile-per-hour second serve, and back to what I said about those seconds. Rajiv took advantage of it, forced Gabriela back, gave an opportunity for his partner to put the point away easily.
Saw that earlier, him going right at Krajicek. That one, it looked like Austin had a good chance there. He'll be ready next time.
On the corner, it looked like it hit the line.
No point
Dabrowski was signaling for a challenge there, but I think that caught the line, and now it's 3 set points for the smash.
This would make it 3 straight breaks of serve as well if the smash can capitalize. And that does it for mixed doubles. Halftime's coming up. Let's take another look at this high volley from Ram. 3 sets down, we go to halftime, and we will have Nick Gismondi spending time with Luke Bambridge after the break.
Back with you at the Greenbrier in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. 13-12, the Chicago Smash by just a point, and so far they have won 2 of the 3 sets in this overall match. A good look at Luke Bambridge right there, and of course he is part of the British invasion that we see so much of here in World Team Tennis. Last year, well, just a little bit over a year ago, I had a chance to catch up with him and talk to him in his home country. Of course, the Nottingham, UK native now lives in Fort Worth, Texas, but last year, right before Wimbledon kicked off, I had a chance to sit down with the man they call Bambo.
All right, Luke, well, just throws away from Wimbledon here in London. You mentioned the Skupskis. I want to talk about your relationship with them. We had a chat with them a few days ago, and there was a lot of laughs, and they're very fond of you, obviously.
Yeah.
What's that bond out? Tell me how that all.
It's. I mean, I grew up. I'm a few years younger than them. Grew up kind of just watching those boys play doubles. You know, the whole kind of like Bryan brothers chemistry that they have going on. What you say is what you get with them. Just real down-to-earth guys, and their parents did an unbelievable job of raising them. They're 2 of the best guys on tour for 100%. You know, I trust both of them. We always had this thing, me and Johnny had this thing, if we weren't going to win, we want the Skupskis to win. And that was our way. We played them in a couple finals last year, and Johnny said to me before the match, he said, you know what, if we don't win, the Skupskis win. It's a win-win, so it's okay for us.
For Johnny, I feel like he's the one that's constantly just go, 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 go.
Off the court, 100%. Yep. He is like that. On the court, it's actually the other way around.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that dynamic.
I would say I'm the energy on the court. 100% I'd say I'm the energy. Johnny would say he's the flair of the team. You know, he's, as you've met him, he's a very funny guy.
Yes.
Quite sarcastic at times as well. A lot of energy off the court. always wanting to do things, play golf, whatever it is. You know, we're actually very, very different characters.
Despite the friendship, there is an intense...
Oh, majorly. You know, we played the Skupskis at French Open this year. We played them 4 times last year. So it's actually probably one of our most played teams. We played them the most. And it's a real interesting one because you find yourself, you are friends with the guys, but you need to turn it on and off when you can, I guess. And some people are better at it than others, 100%. And you know, it's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah. All right, well, good stuff right there from Bambo. And obviously, you know how things change in the tennis world pretty frequently. Of course, O'Mara and Bambridge no longer partners in doubles, but they still obviously remain very close friends. And everybody, including the Skupskis, all pals. All right, well, let's take a look so far at the results that we have for you just through these first 3. And Johnson and Bambridge getting off to a quick early start with that 5-3 take over Ram and Nakashima. But after that, it has been all Chicago smash. They lead right now 13-12. Coming into women's singles, which will be next on the other side of the break. And then we'll finish things off with women's doubles. But next up, it's Jen Brady and Sloane Stevens. Don't go anywhere. Jeff and Nico with the call after this.
Uniform 15 against the semifinals in Nottingham, recording her first top 20 win in Beijing over Madison Keys. She was a finalist at the Indian Wells Challenger as well. Give it up from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, for Jennifer Brady. Last third, please. Last third. And for Chicago, she'll be going up against the 2017 U.S. Open champion. They were also a finalist at the French Open the very next year. Olympic Rio and Clark, the winner of 6 WTA singles titles, Sloane Stevens. Tightly contested match between the two teams. Exciting action to serve up day 4 of the 2020 World Team Tennis season. Remember, as it's a post-match, every game counts. Where's that total score? Chicago up 13-12 overall, so keep in mind that score that far right-hand side of the video board. And also, the trailing team, when we get to that fifth set, if the trailing team does win, we would go into extended play if the match works out. We'll take it going as the match progresses. So here we go with set number 4, women's singles, Brady against Stevens.
Welcome back on court here, getting ready for women's singles, 4th of 5 sets. It's going to be Jen Brady and the 2017 U.S. Open champ Sloane Stevens. Just 1 game separating these two teams, 13-12. So the ever important 4th set, just like you said, Nico, this is going to be crucial.
I've been looking at this match since the lineups came out in the 4th slot. And, you know, it depends on Sloane Stevens. Which Sloane Stevens is going to come to play today. Brady has been a solid performer. She's an up-and-coming American in the rankings, and Sloane has an opportunity here to give her team a bit of space up by a game so far.
Yeah, when you say which Sloane is going to show up, is it going to be the one that beat Monica Puig 5-1 in their first match? Or might it be the Sloane that lost 5-love to Danielle Collins yesterday?
Yeah, to be fair, Danielle Collins played very well and won 2 deciding points. 5 of those games came to the 3-all point, and it went Collins' way. I think Sloane has to be on the attack. She has to be the one dictating pace. I don't think she has the speed nowadays to cover the court, but I also don't think Brady has the power that Collins does have. So let's see what comes out of this one. 30-all. That's been the problem with Brady so far. She's missing that forehand, not by much. Usually it's out by a foot or less. You see the 25-year-old, second season here in the WTT out of Boca Raton, Florida.
She's used to the heat.
She has trouble with her nerves sometimes. She admittedly was nervous during her first match, loosened up for her second singles, and now not a good start for Jen Brady, losing her serve with a double fault. Come on, girl. Sloane Stevens to serve.
Nice shot there by the former UCLA Bruin. Playing some of the best tennis of her career. Back in the top 50 with some big wins so far in 2020. Everyone remembers that 2017 run Sloane made at the US Open. Entered the tournament unseeded, ranked number 83. Needed a lowest ranked US Open champ ever.
She had been out for 6 months and came back in the summer tournaments, did really well in a couple of the big events coming into the Open, so everybody knew that she was a floater in the draw, and what a way to win it over Madison Keys in that final.
And when you lose a match 5-love and you're here with your coach, who's also your team coach, you got to think that Kamau is in her ear a little bit. Really wants to get her going and bounce back nicely here.
Oh, definitely. That's what they're here for. And you You see it in everybody. And when the teams have the day off or right before we started, you see them working at a different frequency than you would on your normal World Team Tennis season. They don't have the travel dates. You know, they have the time to really focus on improving and getting ready for when the game starts again on the regular tour.
Yeah, this is a special year for World Team Tennis. In the past, like you said, they're traveling so much. The big name players maybe only show up for 1 or 2 nights. I think Sloane only played 1 or 2 last year, but in this situation, the pandemic, the bubble, everyone that's in is in the whole time. Really develop that camaraderie with their teammates. And they're all going to be a mainstay in the lineup.
It's not a regular year for anybody. You just have to make the best of it and be careful and be aware and wear a mask.
Well said, partner.
Oh, yes. She's doing it up with the forehand. I just feel that that forehand is a thermometer at this point for Jen Brady. She has to get confident. It's a good stroke. I just feel she has to go forward when she's hitting it. Sometimes she just stays. She jumps, but stays in the same place. She has to get her body moving forward when she hits it. That's more like it, girl. Well done.
All right, so she goes down the early break, but she holds in her second service game. Another look at that forehand you're talking about.
Yes,
really commits to it.
It's great because she's moving forward and she keeps doing so, follows it to the net, and that's what she needs to get more confidence. I think she's going to have a great professional career. I really enjoy watching her and seeing how she's been developing in the last year or so. Really respect her tennis skills and how she goes about her business.
Good hitting from Sloane right there. And one thing we forgot to mention, Nico, that just weeks ago in Charleston at the Credit One Bank Invitational, that was a team event as well. These two met, and Jen Brady did not drop a set the whole time. She beat Sloane Stephens 6-2, 7-6. So nice bit of confidence going into this one for sure.
A little long with the forehand.
Should add that Brady also beat Azarenka 6-3, 6-2. She also won her doubles match against Madison Keys and Ali Risk 6-3, 6-2. So playing some of the best tennis out of anyone during this hiatus. Looking to carry that over here for her squad in the Breakers. And that match we said they played a few weeks ago, that was on green clay, hard true. This, we're in a little altitude. It's very warm, way different conditions. There in Charleston, much slower. Maybe not a big surprise. We see Brady's forehand flying a little bit, missing a few of them long.
Brady trying to talk to herself, get herself up emotionally. Sometimes she can get a little flat. And that translates to her footwork. She has to keep active.
Nice serve there from Sloan. Gives a smash a 3-1 lead here in the fourth set. They are up 3 games in the total column. Brady will serve when we come back.
Emerson Latzia here, and tennis fans, you're gonna love this. DraftKings is partnered with World Team Tennis, and we've got an exclusive way for everyone to get in on the action, with thousands of dollars in prizes this season. Download the DraftKings app and enter our free-to-play tennis pools with promo code WTT. Then put your knowledge to the test and answer a series of questions about the matches being played that day. So enter now, download the DraftKings app, use promo code WTT, and play free for thousands of dollars in prizes.
Marco Polo! Marco Polo! Marco Polo! Marco Polo! Marco
Sì.
Polo! Marco Polo!
Scusa?
Polo!
Ma io sono Marco Polo, ma...
Playing Marco Polo with Marco Polo? Surprising.
Ragazzini, io sono Marco Polo. Sì, sono qui.
What's not surprising? Geico, helping you save even more on car and motorcycle insurance.
Ah, Polo?
Now get an extra 15% credit when you switch before October 7th.
All right, Nico, if you like data and accuracy, then the Universal Tennis Rating is where it's at. Great way to compare two players. And Brady, surprisingly, with a pretty big advantage here.
Well, she's been playing great off late, and Sloan has not competed that much, and that's why I think the difference is, of course, it's unfair for Sloan to be 130, but the results will come eventually. She's working hard, but Jen Brady is one of those up-and-comers. She's been getting her results, and she's one of those players that did not like the stoppage at all. It will benefit some. It will cut others that were doing great. So everybody has to take it with a grain of salt and do what's best for them. There is no option. Just getting really fit and ready to start when it does. And that's why they're so eager to come here to World Team Tennis, and why we have such a great field of athletes. They just can't wait to start competing, because we know they've been working hard during this stoppage. They just want to, compete with other players of their level or above. They just want to be out competing, and that's what they're doing here, and it's great to see.
Brady's got to be careful here. She's down 1-3 in the hole, 15-30. And coming up after this is women's doubles, Genie Bouchard, BMS. Like you said, Nico, they had a great showing yesterday. You don't want to be down too many games when you're facing those two in the final set. Crucial to keep this close.
That's the luxury you have if you're Kamau Murray, the home court coach, closing out with Bouchard and Maddox Sands that burned it up yesterday. I mean, they played some solid women's doubles, I tell you that. Jen Brady has Sloane Stevens on the run, catches the line with that backhand. More confidence there from Brady, still faces a couple more break points. Do you see her going forward? Still, I would like for her to take it a little bit earlier. Take a couple more quick steps forward. That.
We cannot overstate how big this deciding point is. Is it going to be a 4-game difference or a 2 here in the 4th set of 5? Sloane will take it in the deuce court. Brady looking to set up her forehand.
Stevens coming up big with that forehand. That has given him so much satisfaction, but let's check out the backhand from these two women battling it out here today. First, Jen Brady with that forehand return. Look, side movement going a little bit towards her back, but great acceleration. A backhand on the run. Now, Sloane Stevens, one of the most talented players out there. Remember, she not only won the US Open, she lost in the finals of the French. Against Simona Halep, she was up a set in a break. Everybody was expecting her to close that out, but Halep miraculously came back and won her first Grand Slam title. But Sloane's two-hander is just magnificent. She hits a very clean ball off both wings.
We have to say it at least 5-10 times a match, but every game counts. You're down 4. If you're Brady, nice job here. Get up to a quick lead in this game. You need to keep it close for that 5th set.
I just never found myself saying this is a huge point so often as I've done these last 4 days. I love it.
One thing I'm keeping my eye on is what is Leach going to do with the doubles. Klepoch was subbed out in mixed, but she is slated to play with Brady in the 5th set. So we'll keep an eye on that, who he goes with.
There is Ricky Leach. Brady still has 3 break points available. Well played by Brady, good moving. Gets back one of the 2 breaks.
All right, Nico, the World Team Tennis official store is online. Log on to WTT.com and check out all the merchandise World Team Tennis has to offer. Chicago Smash, of course, the expansion team. Sweet looking logo right there.
I like the retro look, some good stuff.
Yeah, Lucero was saying that he wanted to cop himself some throwbacks. He says he has a lot of Aviators gear, though. I'm sure we can fix you up with something.
We can throw him this way. Why not? A couple sizes bigger than him, though.
So this is not a changeover. This is an official Geico timeout. huge game by Brady. They were down 4. They're back within 3. Chance to get it back within 2. Of course, extended play.
It's just Kamau Murray, I think, trying to get Sloan ready, not to get too disappointed about that opportunity to close it out going by, and just making sure she's focused on closing it up. Smart move, I think. Big advantage if you're coaching the player you've known for a number of years.
Recovery there from Brady. Way back behind the baseline, moving to her right in defensive position, but gets a nice shot cross court on the forehand side. And things are getting tight here down the stretch. Breakers hanging on by a thread. I shouldn't say that. Down 3, get it within 2. Feeling good about themselves. Both women playing well behind the baseline.
Maybe give themselves a little more space where they feel comfortable. These are not two players that come to the net too often. Sweet. Confident stroke there by Brady. Trying to make it a bit closer. Difference is 3 right now.
You said you liked it when she commits to the forehand and moves forward. That was a great example of that right there.
Her forehand goes from, you know, good to great when she's moving forward. That's a big difference. If she's still, it's a 6, and if she's moved forward, it's an 8.
I like that. Love when we put numbers to an opinion. 6 to an 8. What about the Sloan forehand or backhand? Does that ever get above an 8?
Oh, if she's moving well and it's behind the ball, it could get up to a 9. Of course, the benchmark will roll forehands being Steffi Graf. With that stroke, and here's Sloane Stephens, a point away from closing it out.
We do not need to say again, this is a huge point.
I knew you were coming. I knew it. And rightly so.
Is it going to be a 4-game deficit or a 2 for the Breakers?
Oh, well played, Sloane Stephens. And look at the emotion on the U.S. Open champion. Wow.
Sloane Stephens doing a great job right here at dictating with her forehand. She puts her team up 4 as we go into the final set. Women's doubles after this.
That trailing team is still in the bitter end. The trailing team wins the final set. We would perhaps throw an extended flag. So stay tuned.
Welcome back. There's a look at Sloane Stephens, who just took her set 5-2 over Jen Brady. Key set right there to give her team a 4-game lead, and this is the Chosen Foods mover of the match. Check out Sloane here.
Well, Sloane can move very well. She's a very fluid mover when she's in her groove, and you can see here how deep she's playing that forehand, how well she defends with the open face racket as well. But Jen Brady coming in with that backhand, unfortunately she missed that time, not by much, but that's been the story of Jen Brady's start here, and Sloane Stephens did a great job on forcing the mistake from her opponent. As you can see, she ran almost, 140 feet more.
That's good quick math right there.
There you go.
Yeah, I think most of the matches we've seen this stat, this is great technology right here, be right around 2,000 feet. I saw a match last time under 1,000. Those are a lot of quick points, but both those girls playing well behind the baseline, so you kind of figured they'd be moving a lot. So well job from Sloane as we transition to women's doubles, and we have another substitution. We saw Klepacz be subbed out of the mixed doubles, but she will remain in the lineup here and play alongside their newest member, Gabby Dabrowski. There she is right there, and they will be facing Jeannie Bouchard, our first look at her in this match, alongside BMS, Bethany Maddox-Sands, and Nico. I think from what you saw the last couple days, and you've done 3 matches for the Smash, this could be one of the better women's doubles teams in the league so far.
And you're talking about a couple here or a team that could win a Grand Slam. I think they're that good. I love the chemistry between Bouchard and Maddox-Sands. Obviously, Maddox-Sands is the lead dog on that team. She is amazing in the way she keeps her energy, and Bouchard is just solid all-around player, and I think she really enjoys playing besides Maddox-Sands. On the other side, Dabrowski, I feel is a big improvement. All due respect to Jen Brady, but Jen has not performed well in the last, singles matches. She's not up there in confidence. To be honest, she has played against great opposition, but Dabrowski, as she demonstrated on the match before is a great doubles player, so I'm looking forward to this one to close it up.
So it's been a struggle early on for the Breakers, but it's early in the season. And check this out. They've played 14 sets total as a team. This is their third match. They have only won 2 of those sets, and they were both in the men's doubles. One of those was today. The other one was their first match against the Aviators. This is Johnson and Banbridge we're talking about. So slow start, but like 14 matches for each team. Plenty of time to get back up in the standings. But they're certainly are going to have their hands full, down 4, going up against Bouchard and Bethany Maddox-Sands. And while we wait, tennis fans, be sure to download Tennis One, the official mobile app of World Team Tennis. You can follow the latest news, scores, social, and more from your favorite teams and stars, as well as play games and win prizes all season long. Tennis One, available for free in the App Store and Google Play. There's Jeannie, and this is her first appearance in the match. They slotted the women's doubles last yesterday as well, and kind of different that she's sitting down for 4 sets. She does get a little warm-up, but something to keep in mind when, I don't want to say you're coming in cold, but that's not easy to sit there for about 2 hours and then come in.
It is impossible to come in cold in this weather, man. It's just
that's a good point. As Nico's got like 2 towels up here, just like slugging water. I feel like we're in a break of a boxing match and they're icing you down up here.
I got the ice towel going. That's the life of a professional athlete. You always have to be ready. And she warmed up, and let's just do it. Hit a couple of balls. I think warm-ups are way too long and overrated. Bethany Maddox-Sands did not take long to get it going. Taking that serve early.
So I misspoke earlier. It is Brady staying in, but the substitution is Dabrowski for Klepacz.
There you go.
So Brady and Klepacz, my apologies.
Klepacz is a double specialist, but plays on the do side, same as Dabrowski, and I guess Coach Leach felt that these two complemented each other a lot better, so it gives an opportunity to Jen Brady to shake it off a bit and come up big for her team. Down 4 games, not an easy task. There you go. You see her going forward with the forehand. She'll do more so in the doubles because she feels she has support at the net. And in doubles, you have to, go forward a bit more than in singles, as you see there, Gabriela Dabrowski's movement at the net. Oh yes, that's sweet playing from Bouchard, who's been rock solid from the back. She does not feel that comfortable at the net, but she's improving, and I think Bethany can help her with that.
That's a good combo to have, right? Just her striking from the backcourt, let BMS clean it up at the net. Seems to be the formula for those two. So if you're looking at the score and you're thinking they have to win this set by 4 or 5, you are wrong. They just, and I'm talking about Dabrowski and Brady, they can just get a win in this set. They will force what is called extended play. WTT's take on overtime. So they get the first game. 18-15 is the total score. And back to that extended play talk. Bouchard and Maddox-Sands, if they win this set, no matter what the score is, the match will be over. Brady and Dabrowski, if they win it, and they are still down in the total column. We'll go to extended play. Gives them the opportunity to win as many consecutive games as needed to tie up the score. Just need a win. That's all you got to tell yourself here if you're Rick Leach.
Dabrowski trying to make her way to the net, maybe a little too soon. Bouchard catches her on the way in to try to half volley that one unsuccessfully.
Two key differences between the two Canadians. One wants to hit from the baseline. The other one, Dabrowski, looking to get to the net. Good example of that right there.
That's a big hit by Brady.
She really winds up on that one.
It's a big swing. That racket travels a long way before it impacts the ball. Too much arm, maybe sometimes. Use her shoulders a bit more shortened to swing, especially for the return.
Kind of her signature shot right there. Two hands on the racket, spike it down, no doubt about it. Definitely the leader of whichever doubles team she plays on. She's calling the serves out, and she's all over the net. Two games, 2 holds. Total score back to a 4-game difference. As now we'll see the Dabrowski serve, which is probably the weakest of the 4 serves on the court. So a good opportunity for the smash to get a break. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about with Jeannie. Dabrowski misses the first serve. Jeannie's about to go up to net, but then she decides to stay back. You know, they had a little talk with Bethany, and normally they would go to net, but she's just more comfortable at back. She'd rather rip from the backcourt, and she ends up forcing the air at the net. Knowing your strengths.
Good hands by Sands at the net. Brady can put a little more power into that shot. But an opportunity to Bethany to stay in the point. In the third game, Matic, Sands, and Bouchard putting some pressure on the Dabrowski serve. Right on the line.
Great volley. Nice deep, skidding low. early breakpoint opportunity for the Smash. Expansion team. Puts the league up to 9 teams. Last season, there were 2 expansion teams. It went from 6 to 8. Nice to see the league growing, and I'm sure it's going to even grow more.
Bouchard staying with it.
So the Smash get the break. Well, we got a second. Let's take a look at their schedule coming up. They got New York on Friday, then a day off. Orlando Storm on Sunday. Aviators on Monday, and the Philadelphia Freedoms on Tuesday. Possibly that would be 2 of the better rosters in the league on paper. That'll be a good one, huh?
Yeah, that is one I'm looking forward to checking out. And they have a couple of days off in between today and then the Sunday match, but then they have to go back to back. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It should be really interesting playing at the hot hour. 3 p.m. Eastern. Tennis lovers having a banquet.
Amazing.
Live tennis all day.
3 or 4 matches every day. Each team plays 14 matches in a 19-day regular season. Regular season ends on the 30th, day off on the 31st. Playoffs start August 1st. Action-packed for 22 days straight.
And Dabrowski just taking control of the point. Doing what you love. That lob over the net person and coming right.
I mean, that would have been a good
behind
one to track. You see her from the baseline. She gets the lob. Now check her out. She just doesn't stop, runs the whole way.
It's a big sprint.
That's an interception right there.
Keeping an eye on it and going towards the middle. Quick feet there from the Canadian.
That's a safety coming up to make a tackle from the secondary.
Bethany got caught there. 3/4 court. Could not topspin volley that forehand. Good moving there by Brady. Keeping the pressure on. Yours? It's the best shot in doubles tennis.
Normally you'd think whoever's got the forehand, that would be Jeannie with the overhead, but that just shows how perfectly in the middle it was. They both look at each other.
There you see this time the forehand topspin volley works, but caught there in a bit of an indecision. Defense there from Bethany off a good return. Gabriela.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have a deciding point.
Receiver's choice. Gonna be Jen Brady. No surprises there. That way Dabrowski can clean it up at the net. Clutch serve deep in the box for BMS. Gives them the 3-1 lead. They are in control here at the Greenbrier.
Players will change ends now at 3-1 in set number 5.
Welcome back. Here's a look at the Orange County Breakers' upcoming schedule, DraftKings schedule, and it looks like they might not pick up a win here. That would have them drop to 0-3. Out of these, what do you think their best chance to get a win is here?
Well, I think you have to go for every match, as every point counts, every game counts. But I think they'll have a chance next match. Dabrowski with her eyes wide open there at the net, practically kissing it.
Jeannie has not missed much from the backcourt. That one goes into the net. But she's been rock solid from the baseline. Interested to see if she cracks the singles lineup at all. Each team plays 14 matches. You got to think at one point Sloan might get a break.
She had that all the way.
She was closer to the service line than the baseline.
Totally,
I
agree.
think.
80 miles per hour. Second serve. The problem was it was a bit short. And look at the steps she took. Just rocked all the time from Brady and did not give Dabrowski a chance to react to that one.
It's like a half volley almost.
We go back to that second serve importance.
Right.
And I talked to you about in the men's doubles.
Maybe if the second serve's weak, you take a little off that first serve. Make sure they don't get that rhythm on the second serve return. Talk about Bethany Mattek-Sands taking the ball early, Nico.
Yes, and this was the first point of the match, and we talked about it. Look where Dabrowski is standing. She's more towards the center, and just check it out. This is the second serve, and this is what Mattek-Sands is going to go. Hello, here we go. This is what you're in for, ladies. Right down the line there. Shot across the bow, and they've kept the pressure. Up a break 3-2. Bouchard to serve.
Another rip from Brady. I think Bethany was there, but good eye lets it go. Bethany, former world #1 in doubles. Just a few years ago, she's now ranked 20, and she's still playing at the top of her game. 4-time mixed doubles champ, 5-time doubles Grand Slam champ.
And again, Mattek-Sands doing it off the reflex. Just Jen Brady letting it off the hook. You have to hit it harder.
Or maybe around her. Maybe don't test it right at her.
Look, she was coming in, hitting a high forehand volley, and Mattek-Sands was backing up. Sticks the racket out there. What control.
Such good
by
hands.
the doubles champion.
We've seen with the Vegas Rollers, We've seen Blankiron go with the Bryan brothers last each match. In that case, if you're down, you go to extended play. If you're up, you shut the door. I think Kamal Murray has found something he likes here, finishing with BMS and Jeannie in that 5th spot.
I have no complaints with that one. He has a great women's lineup, and with Sloan and these two playing here today, so he can pick. It's a good thing to have in this format. I want to see how Brandon Nakashima is performing for him. You know, Rajiv Ram is a cool customer in doubles, and he can play singles if need be. But I really want to see Evan King come into the fold and see how he performs. I'm really excited about watching that young man play here at the WTT. So Chicago has a few pieces that, you know, need to come into place, but I think potentially, if the man come through, they're a serious contender. She lost that one in the back row.
So the breakers are down 6 in the total column, but just down 1 break here. You're still telling yourself, get back on serve. Got to win in the breaker, and then extended play. One thing at a time.
Forward there by Bouchard. RJ Brady in the back. They're just rolling right now. You gotta stop. Hit the brakes before you stop with the net.
Four match points here for the smash. And that will do it. They get the 5-2 win in the set, 23-16 overall. They kept it close in the beginning, but the big guns shut the door in the end. BMS holding it down in women's doubles and in mixed doubles, and that is why it is a no-brainer that she is our guaranteed rate player of the match. And lucky for you, we are going to hear from Bethany after the break with Nick Gismondi. So 23-16, the breakers dropped to 0-3. The smash improved to 2-1. Little reacts right here. It's going to be Bethany and Nick after the break.
World Team Tennis is brought to you by Geico. Did you know that right now, Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico can already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. By the Greenbrier Valley in West Virginia, home to scenic trails and quiet rivers, friendly mountain towns, and America's resort, the Greenbrier. And by Chosen Foods. Join them in their sun-drenched utopia and visit chosenfoods.com. The avocado celebrated. A beautiful look at the Greenbrier and a 23-16 win for the Chicago Smash. They improved to 2-1. A lot of that had to do with the performance and play of Bethany Mattek-Sands. You look at the results from today so far, and the team from Chicago, the brand new expansion franchise for World Team Tennis, on an absolute roll as the Orange County Breakers still trying to find their footing and their flow. All right, Bethany Mattek-Sands joins us now, our player of the match. Bethany, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks a lot. Good to be here. It's hot out here.
It is hot today.
I'm sweating.
It is warm. We are socially distanced, but let's talk about doubles for you. You seem to have cracked the code. A great performance out there with Jeannie. Just take me through that partnership and your philosophy for doubles.
Yeah, you know what? I've had a lot of great doubles partners. I've actually played with a decent amount of different styles too, and that's where, you know, Jeannie and I, actually the first match we played, we started out on opposite sides. I usually play backhand, and honestly, we made the switch in our last match. I thought it worked out really well. But look, she can crush it from the back. She's got a great serve, great return. I feel like doubles is all about that communication and figuring out where everyone's strength is. Obviously, I love being at net, so when I'm playing with someone that strikes the ball as well as Jeannie, I'm going to have her crush it all day back there. But listen, she has some good hands at net too. So I'm not going to just keep her silent up there. I'm going to make her move a little bit. Doubles is all about being aggressive. And in this short point format, it's all about the team that takes advantage of that.
Listen, I love your energy right now, even after that match. I'm ready to go. Let's go play another match.
Yes, let's get out there. No, it's good. Listen, team events are about energy. Doubles is about energy, really. I mean, that's what I bring to the table. I really enjoyed myself out there. This is my first time playing with Rajiv. I played against him a couple times. You guys might have remembered our gold medal match. He played with Venus, so we beat them in the finals. But it's nice to play with him on the same side, too.
You tell me you love team tennis. This is your 4th season with WTT. What is it about it that lends itself to you so well?
No, you know what? I really think the team aspect is great when you have your the other players on the bench cheering you on. You have them in the backcourt. I mean, here we're being ball kids, we're being cheerleaders, we're holding umbrellas, towel boys. So it's really a lot of fun. I think everyone really gets into it. And look, everyone's competitive here. We haven't played a match in a while, so I think everyone came here pretty strong, looking pretty sharp. I mean, some of these matches have been really awesome tennis. So, I think the short scoring format is exciting. The deuce, even in the singles, final point. I mean, really, and honestly, I think what makes World Team Tennis special is that no matter how much you're down, the last set, the 5th set, you can come back. And I think that adds a little bit of pressure to anyone that's in front, in the lead. And it keeps everyone in the game. So there are a bunch of reasons why I love World Team Tennis.
I'm sure Carlos Silva's in my ear right now telling me that you are now the new spokesperson for World Team Tennis.
All right, Carlos, you got me. Here we go.
We'll add a little bit in on that.
Back in the booth.
Last question for you. How did you prepare during this strange time to be ready and come out and just feel like you picked right up where you left off? Because you look great out there.
Thank you. You know what? I'll be honest. The only time that I've had that much time at home is when I've been injured and I've been rehabbing. So for me, staying at home was great. Look, I'm a gamer. I like competitive matches, but I had no control of that. I knew that was months away, so I did my best to kind of work on my footwork, work on technical changes that I maybe never had time for. I mean, when else have I had 4 months feeling physically good to make gains? And that's what I did the last few months. I enjoyed myself too. Don't get me wrong. I had happy hours every day. I was training. I was having a good time. I felt like I was having a really good balance at home.
You and me both. I became an expert bartender and Netflix connoisseur.
Listen, my wine knowledge, I feel like I've really stepped it up. So if you need some recommendations, I'm your girl.
Let's you and me go over the wine list later at the hotel. We'll have a discussion.
Done.
Bethany Mattek-Sands, our player of the match. Thanks for joining us. And when we come back to the center court at Creekside, we'll have much more for you, so don't go anywhere. Jeff and Nico will wrap it all up for us right after this. sure.
Welcome back, Chosen Foods mover of the match. We take it back to the first set of the day, Nakashima and Johnson. This is going to be a long point. Johnson got the win, but Nakashima was the big mover.
Well, you could tell by the youngster, it should be so. 18 years of age, you can run all day, but check out this point, 40 seconds, and we knew it was going to be special after this one. What a match we had, and Stevie Johnson with the resources, the backhand slice, and you're going to see he'll have the opportunity to hit a two-hander. When he comes in, he chooses the slice, and Nakashima, very crafty with the lob, gets back in the point, makes Johnson keep moving, and stays to win that one. And that was just a great matchup, I think, and that point shows us what we had. Stevie Johnson moving great, but he needs to come over that two-handed backhand in order to put it away, put more pressure on their opponents. But I like what I'm seeing from Stevie. The job with Mr. Lucero is paying off.
That was a huge point in the match. It all came down to a deciding point in the tiebreaker, so super exciting there. It started out with the breakers came out hot, but it was the smash in the end that will take the final score, 23-16. We're going to go for a quick break, but back to wrap things up in just a little bit. first match, day 4 here at the Greenbrier. Breakers and the Smash. It was the men's doubles, and the Breakers came out looking good.
Yes, Bambridge and Johnson against Nakashima and Raman. This couple has been solid. They've been playing some great tennis. We know how good Bambridge can be consistently, but Stevie Johnson was the star of this match because he really played well with his partner. Nakashima and Ram just did not have a chance. It was a deserved win by Bambridge and Johnson.
Yeah, good energy out the gates. Here's a look at that match point. Unfortunate let cord, but they will take it. Big overhead from Stevie to close it out. Then it was Stevie and Nakashima that would stay on court, go at it in singles, and Stevie went up the early break. You thought he'd get the separation, but Nakashima ends up coming back and forcing things to a breaker.
Yes, this was a tight match from the beginning till the end. Some great rallies in this one, as we've seen, and these guys really had to dig deep. They moved really well. High quality tennis. Stevie Johnson using the whole court, that's what I love, but Nakashima stayed with him. His serve helped him and eventually took him over the top.
Mixed doubles here. Important note that there was a double substitution. Austin Krajicek, Gabby Dabrowski, newest members of the Breakers. They put them in. They put up a good fight. But Bethany Maddox-Sands and Ram, that's a tough team to beat.
Yeah, we just heard from Bethany how cool it is to play with Ram, and he's just a solid doubles player. And then we went to the singles. The women's singles to me was the key. Jen Brady against Sloane Stevens. Sloane losing 5-love yesterday, but came back in a big way. I think she played really solid for her team, and she ended up winning 5-2. Good win for Sloane.
Yeah, Brady just a little off the mark with the forehand. A lot of them sailed long for her, but Sloane Stevens is a tough out for anybody. Right here, she gets a short forehand. Inside out winner, shuts the door on the 4th set. She's pumped up. After that, we go to women's doubles, and is there any better team right now in the league to end the match than Jeannie in BMS?
Well, come on, Moore. The Chicago Smash captain put this team last for a reason. These two have been on fire, and they did not disappoint today with a win over Brady and Dabrowski, a good doubles team. But 5-2 the final to put an ending to this match, and the Chicago Smash looking really good with a 2-1 record.
Yeah, they dropped their result yesterday. That's the Smash. They get the win today, and with that, they're going to improve to 2-1. Here's a look at how they got there, and the Breakers have only won 2 sets out of 15, and it's only been in men's doubles. So they take the first set, but it's all Smash after that. So here's a look at the standings. You'll see the Chicago Smash improve to 2-1, just outside that playoff position, but not really, because they got the same record as the Rollers and the Storm. Top 4 make the playoffs, and there are the Orange County Breakers at the bottom. It's going to be tough sledding for them if they want to get back up into the playoff position.
Some teams are just loaded, and that's the case with Philly and Washington, which we'll be seeing soon.
And here's a look. Here's a look at the tennis schedule for all you ESPN viewers out there. ESPN Plus, 2 more to go in Thursday. I'm sorry, that would be tomorrow, 2 on Friday, and then Saturday, Orlando versus Orange County. That's on ESPN2, 12 o'clock Eastern. So many matches still to go on this World Team Tennis 45th season. So, like we said, it was the Breakers in the first set. You were hoping that might be enough to get their first win, but it was all Smash after that. They win 23-16, and after taking a loss on Tuesday, the Smash improved to 2-1, while the Breakers remain winless in 3 tries. That's going to do it for our first match on day 4 here at the Greenbrier. Nothing but a team effort here at WTT. Big thanks to everyone in the truck, and of course around the stadium. For Nick Gismondi, Nico Pereira, I'm Jeff Chisler. Thank you for watching Smash over the Breakers.